Hello.
Hello.
How have you been?
Oh, I've been good. It's been a good, juicy week, hasn't it?
It has been a good, juicy week, and it is a beautiful day not to play in court.
It's a beautiful day not to owe someone $3.8 million, which comes out to about $6 million after taxes. It's a great day to not have to pay that bill.
Right. I'm not lying on nobody. Like, this is allegedly, and we are reporting stories that we, from sites. So you go take it up with them, whether it be Media Takeout, Love Be Scott, Shade Room, Radar Online, TNZ. Y'all take it out on them. We're just reporting what we reading.
Allegedly, don't blame, don't sue.
That part. Now, I just want to say one thing. I was listening to some legal terms today. This lawyer was talking about the case, and I did not know this. You cannot claim bankruptcy on punitive judgments.
Yep.
I did not know that. So the million is being taken out regardless. Now, as far as bankruptcy, as far as everything else, that person that's, the defendant may have a shot. But what's just come to light is they had like the punitive case, like when they had their final arguments, and her defense, for the defense, they only used one of 20 minutes. Cardi's people, they used all 20 of the minutes. Now, in this proceeding, you're supposed to plead to the court why you can't pay this. It would have been good for her defense to be like, this is why this person can't pay this. They don't have this, but they would have to show all of their records. So either way, we're gonna find out what this person is making if they file for bankruptcy. So maybe they don't want to do that. But yeah, it's just also unfortunate, hopefully the defendant bounces back, but that's a lot of money. It really is. And best of luck. Best of luck.
Best of luck. Best of luck.
So let's move on to an update on one of our stories last week. So we told y'all who we thought was going to be on Big Brother because they had this leaked list that came out for Celebrity Big Brother. Well, last night, Julie Chen revealed the cast, and all I have to say is, I want my money back.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I'm interested anymore. Here's the actual cast. There's only 2 cast members on that fake list that was right, and it was Todrick Hall and Lamar Odom. Along with Lamar Odom, we have Teddi Mellencamp.
We didn't want to look at her on Housewives of Beverly Hills. What makes her think she's going to translate to this show? We are not rooting for you, Teddi. We're not rooting for you. Enjoy your trust fund and your inheritance, but we don't care about you. We don't care about your daddy's music. What makes you think we're going to care about you? You have no talent.
Well,
my God, boring white women are a dime a dozen.
So unfortunately, instead of Eric
and you're not even that pretty. I'm sorry, there are too many interesting white women. Give me a Sarah Paulson. Give me a Nikki Kidman. They can actually do something. Teddi, you've done nothing with your life and you never will.
Unfortunately, instead of Erica Jane, we got Teddi Mellencamp. Bravo was like, We have another Real Housewife. So instead of Nene Leakes, who will not be on it, we get Cynthia Bailey. We have Cynthia Bailey as well as Teddi Mellencamp on the same show. Are we still reviewing this?
Child, I fell asleep. Teddi and Cynthia. Like, you can't put 2 yawns together. Where's Deshaun Snow? Bring on Deshaun Snow then if you're going to do this. If we're going to watch boring women sit around and eat yogurt, maybe you could make it interesting.
So also we have Shanna Moakler.
Shayna Moakler is Travis Barker's first husband, a former Miss America, and she will whoop your ass. She will get with you. She has the spirit of Portia in her. She will get with you. She will get with you in a hot minute. Okay, Shayna, actually, now I'm interested. I mess with the Shayna Moakler. She was one of the old Hot and the Puss girls back when Lindsay Lohan and Paris Hilton were driving around Los Angeles, bumping into people.
She's also a former Miss USA.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I say former Miss America? Former Miss USA. Like Kenya Moore.
Right.
But unlike Kenya Moore, Shayna can fight.
Well,
Shayna, I think she whooped Paris Hilton's ass in a bathroom. I can't remember who it was, but she will stomp a bitch out and stay pretty. Shayna's the one to watch.
Okay, so next up is Carson Kressley.
Who? I'm sorry, isn't he a bad judge on Drag Race?
Apparently he's multitasking.
Oh, God, nobody wants to see Carson Kressley that much, but I guess his husband doesn't either, which is why he took this job.
So next up, Olympic ice skater Mirai Nagasu. Moving on. Different Strokes actor Todd Bridges.
Oh, God, no. I can see him being a winner, but no.
NSYNC's Chris Kirkpatrick.
Oh, the one with the braids.
Yeah.
Nah, I'm good on that. But at least it's not Lance Bass. Nobody wants to look at him either. I'd actually rather look at Chris than him.
And Saturday Night Live alumnus Chris Catton.
Oh my God, really?
Yeah.
Wait, Chris Cat or Chris Kattan?
Kattan.
Okay. That I would be interested to see him. I wonder what he's been doing. Like he was like in the Zoolander movies, like he was a big star for a minute. So I'm wondering, like, do you have a new project? Because he went home and sat on his millions.
Okay, and then last, UFC fighter Maisha Cupcake Tate.
She could also be a winner just by her name, and she's a fighter.
Yes, so no New York, no Nene, no Shangela. I mean, yeah, it premieres February 2nd. I mean, Real Housewives of New Jersey, they premiere February 1st. I don't know if I want to review it. I don't know. I'm going to give it one episode just to see if I'm interested, but...
I'll do the same, but it does depend on who they send home, because you can't have that amazing of a list and then come to us with this.
Exactly. CBS then said, this is fake, this is fake, this is fake, but they wait till the very last minute, like a week out.
Everybody's like, and I'm not, let me unsave that on my DVR right now.
You have people like really excited. That list got us all. Like there was actually like celebrities under that fake list saying, oh, wow, I guess. I mean, I don't know
what? I wonder if this was, because CBS never said anything, I wonder if this was their way of fake courting them, saying, hey, we might send this email to your agent. You might want to listen to it next time. People are rooting for you.
I don't know. Like, I was just so hyped, and now it's just like Teddy Mellencamp. I mean, hopefully she goes home first.
Teddy Mellencamp? She thinks people are going to vote to keep her in the house? Teddy Mellencamp? You know what? That really shows she's a white woman who doesn't get the moment. Did you not just see that on the last season of Big Brother, we finally had an African-American winner? It was finally enough people of color on there, and they all looked at each other and said, we gonna stay. Did you not just see the movement? Tamar Braxton won the last Celebrity Big Brother. Do you not understand what's on brand right now? You, as a wealthy white woman, step to the back. Step to the back. And you ain't interesting. At least Dorit is interesting. The Chip Heifer is interesting. The Chip Heifer will bring it. I'll look at her. Erica Jane also bringing it. If you're going to be a white woman now, you got to step your game up, ho. Mediocre white women don't do it anymore. The standard has been raised. You now have to excel at our bar. And we've always been twice as good as you.
Well,
am I lying?
You're not lying, but I know someone who is lying.
Jussie Smollett is back in court again.
No, I was going to talk about Jennie Nguyen.
Oh, yes. Oh, God, yes.
She is out of here.
Jennie Nguyen and her pot-bellied friend.
So after days of silence from Andy Cohen as well as the network, Bravo finally released a statement saying Bravo has ceased filming with Jennie Nguyen and she will no longer be a cast member of The Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. We recognize we failed to take appropriate action once her offensive social media posts were brought to our attention. Moving forward, we will work to improve our processes to ensure we make better informed and more thoughtful casting decisions. It's a little like too little, too late for me personally. Like they waited such a long time. And I remember when that Kenya thing happened, and I did my research. That was March 21st, 2021. It took 48 hours for them to respond. It was March 23rd. Like Kenya as well as Bravo put out a statement. So I get it that this happened on the show, and with Jennie, this happened outside of the show, but still, like this is your Black audience. And you're spitting in the face of your Black audience the longer your silence is.
Can I tell you what I think happened?
Yeah.
I think this was a very calculated decision by the network. Because remember now, Jennie is still a woman of color. So by not saying anything and trying her in the court of public opinion, not defending her, not protecting her, not, okay, we're gonna put out statements and apologize like they protected Kenya. They're like, okay, we have to address this now. We have to fix this now. This episode ain't gonna air again, because they know they need Kenya. They knew they didn't need Jennie because Jennie didn't have a plot line. She doesn't have a plot line. So they said, you know what? We can easily get rid of you. We can easily say, oh, well, you've, flipped this switch on your morality clause in your contract. So we can no longer be responsible for your behavior. They also get to sidestep any, oh, you don't like Asian backlash. They allowed the court of public opinion to try her and hang her. So they're able to get out, they're able to wash their hands of her nice and clean.
Also, what they were trying to do was trying to make that racism story a plot line. And that's why a lot of the cast members said they couldn't talk about it. Much more like Meredith said she couldn't talk about it. Jen said she wasn't allowed to talk about it, but she talked about it anyway. Like they were trying to make it a plot line. So once people got wind of that, that's when Bravo was like, okay, we need to like figure something out because we already started filming with her. We already gave her her papers. So they're trying to figure out how to like legally like let her go. So I'm thinking that's what took so long, but they still could have at least let us know that this was going on. But I think they first tried to make it a storyline.
I agree.
Like they did with Dallas.
It was, we're going to hang her out to dry, because that's what reality TV will do. It will hang you out to dry. They'll say, okay, we're going to chew you up and spit you out and watch you fall down the stairs of life. Sheree Whitfield, watch out for her this season. But I also think it was a way for them to sidestep any, oh, we're not racist. Clearly everybody sees her racist statements. So we're just going to let her words speak for herself. And we're not going to have anything to do with it where then it's okay, we're going to have to let you go. We wanted to get rid of you, but we're like, I don't know, she could play the, oh, well, I'm a woman of color too card. Now she can't. They nipped it in the bud.
So two things happened. One, a lot of people were calling for bringing Mary back. And I'm like, let Mary stay where she is.
Mary left. Mary did this. Mary said, I'm out. Like you can't tell Mary to come back because Mary left on her own accord. They did not fire Mary. Mary did not show up to the reunion. Mary ain't here for it. She's, got to milk her congregation and deal with her step-grandhusband. Ugh.
Yeah.
God, that rotten banana.
They're filming season 3 right now, and they caught Jen and Heather filming outside of Mary's old church. So people are just wondering what's going on. Now, secondly, what happened after that fire? Ramona Singer was trending on Twitter because now everyone was like, well, what about Ramona? What about Ramona? You're going to fire the Asian girl. You're not going to fire this privileged white woman. Y'all keep protecting her. Now, this is a fine line, because I've been watching Roni for since it first came on. I know what I'm dealing with Ramona. I know what I'm dealing with. And Ramona doesn't hide anything. And Ramona wasn't.
Wait, hold on. No, Ramona does hide things because that's why we didn't have a Housewives of New York reunion. And that also may be why Bravo didn't say anything about this racist incident, because they were like, we're just coming off of New York and this. We're just coming off of Ebony K. Williams versus Ramona Singer and Ramona Singer versus her own behavior. And it's like, it's not cute anymore, but we're still making money off these residuals.
Like, Ramona is a clown. And I just wanted somebody to check her, and I'm glad Kenya did that. I don't want Ramona to come back, but I'm just saying that with Ramona, it just feels a little bit more different than Jennie's situation. With Jennie, it was just direct anti-blackness in her Facebook post.
Ramona is just genuinely ignorant to everyone in the world around her.
Right. Like white women don't like her. Like her own people don't like her. I'm just saying. But again, I don't want nobody to.
That says it all.
I'm just saying, like,
white women don't like her, and they don't.
I just don't want nobody to misconstrue my words right now. I'm not defending Ramona. I honestly don't want her back on New York, but I'm just saying that.
You're just saying she's a genuine shithead to everyone she meets, regardless of race, creed, class, color, or sexual orientation. She's just going to be a shithead no matter what. With Jennie, it was very specifically targeted to Black people.
For this upcoming season of New York, I mean, I'm hoping that they do what they did with California. Like they split up OC and Beverly Hills. I'm thinking maybe they could do a Real Housewives of New York or Real Housewives of maybe Brooklyn or Queens or something like that, where they can have like an all housewives of color or something like that in New York.
And there's so many wealthy women of color in New York. Maybe it should be like, yeah, the Real Housewives of Manhattan, where it's just, you know, you got to have something on the, you know, Upper East or Upper West Side. We're looking for wealthy women of color, Harlemites, Washington Heights people, Hudson Heights, like there's a lot of money in Hudson Heights. Like when you go up to like 181st and west of Broadway, that's where Lin-Manuel lives. That's where Audra McDonald lives, one of the greatest singers of our time. Like you've got Broadway actresses. Why? What are we doing?
If you're in Brooklyn, like that's a whole different city. It feels like, you know, from Manhattan. So
exactly.
I'm just like, they can just film in Brooklyn and never even have to go to Manhattan. They could. But you know,
ain't nobody going to Manhattan from Brooklyn. It takes too long. I may not have lived in the city for 2 years, but I know that's still true. How often do you go out in Brooklyn, Chris?
Well, I go to Brooklyn sometimes. Like now I go at least once a month. Shout out to Radio Free Brooklyn. I believe it's Queer State of Mind radio show that I'm on. Shout out to Seydou. I know he watches the show. He loves you, by the way.
Oh, well, not that hard to find.
Right.
I can pop on too via satellite.
Yeah, he listens to the show. He said on his bike ride every Monday.
Oh.
He'll probably get a kick out of hearing that too.
I am so happy you were on the show, and if they ever want to have me as a guest, I would be honored to join them.
Yeah, back to the racist. So after she got fired, she made a statement later in the day saying that she's going to go live and tell her side or whatever, as if we're interested. So yesterday she got on live, not with her husband, but this random Black sissy.
She got on live with a pot-bellied pig disguised as a random sissy.
He wasn't a pig, he was another animal with
raccoon. A raccoon.
Yeah, we could say that, right?
We can say raccoon. A raccoon.
A fat raccoon.
A pot-bellied raccoon, child. I mean, she went out, saw something that was, you know, in her garbage. Oh, okay. I used to have raccoons when I lived in the Bronx. You know, people will learn one day to not mess with people from the Bronx. Some people have learned that lesson now because they owe $6 million.
So I just can't believe, like, who is on her team right now? So she thought to bring her Black friend.
She doesn't have a team. She doesn't have a plot line. She doesn't have a point or a purpose. Her husband wants a sister wife, and now we know why, because clearly the first model isn't working. If that was my wife, I would want a sister wife too. Like, I can do better than that.
I mean, the guy was doing most of the talking. I'm like, sir, we have not seen you like on the season at all to say you're like her best friend.
And he wasn't just doing most of the talking. Let's talk about the Dirty Hanes t-shirt he purchased at Target 2 years ago that he was wearing while he's in her house, and she's in a $3,000 Alaya blouse with an Hermes belt, but it was probably a fake Hermes belt. Ooh, don't think that's racist. She's just fake.
Not only
now, after that suit, we got to preface everything.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
She also said that it was her social media manager with those posts, but she takes full responsibility for them.
You don't have a plot line, so how do you have a social media manager? Just admit you're racist.
She said that she is a proud Republican.
Oh, I'll call you later, girl.
Yeah, she said she is a proud Republican, but she is against police brutality and she's against looters and shit like that. I'm like, you're done.
It's just for me to hear in this specific time and space in our country to hear an Asian woman still say, I'm a proud Republican. Maybe I could have bought that back in 96, but girl, you think these people have your best interest at heart? Now we ain't gonna get political. I ain't gonna say, both parties at this point we can see are absolute trash. But to truly align with your own disinterest, to truly get behind people that ain't even gonna pretend, oh no, we wanna keep you cleaning floors, running our laundries, and being our mate. Okay, all right, I guess, whatever you want. Whatever you want. Wow. You don't even make enough money to be a real Republican. I can understand that at a certain tax bracket, but you and your husband are not there. Otherwise, you wouldn't be on The Real Housewives.
And maybe there's some redemption for her, but I don't want to see it on my TV.
No, there's no redemption for her because she's not interesting enough to redeem.
I mean, I just want her to do the work off TV. I'm sure her life isn't over. I don't want nothing bad to happen to her. Learn from this, get your teaching, but don't come back on TV no more. I mean, you're done with that, so.
I would say she has ruined her children's lives. And in the words of Paul Mooney, this is going to be her wake-up call. She is going to truly understand after this moment, oh, I am not white. And her children are really going to understand it. Like that funny little girl that she had, she's going to get all the smoke in school.
Oh, Jesus.
And the sad thing is that's how she's going to learn. Nobody's going to care about her anymore. I tell you, that husband probably going to leave her. That husband is going to walk out. He don't want this kind of attention.
Yeah, I mean, his business. Oh my God. Good luck.
Good luck. And the truth is he may have to divorce her to disassociate himself from being a racist sympathizer, which means you're a racist yourself. Imagine that she's going to lose her man. Her kids aren't going to like her. She's going to do the work all right. Alone.
Well, sorry to that woman. Anyway.
Who said that? No, nobody's sorry. I'm not sorry. You did what you did. Wake up. You shouldn't be waking up at 40. You should have had this moment at 21, but I guess you were sheltered. Well, darling, welcome to the real cruel world that we've all had to live in.
Speaking of that, her pot-bellied friend was like, she's not racist. She's from Long Beach.
Oh, God!
He literally said that out his mouth. I didn't want to hear nothing else when he said that.
Oh, my God.
There's no racist in Long Beach. There's no racists in Long Beach.
California is filled with racists. They just don't have enough Black people out here. I have never been in my life in a place where there were no Black people. We are all on the East Coast. They got a couple of us in Los Angeles. Other than that, you can go for days without seeing one of us. It's freaked me out.
I mean, a lot of people still don't realize that Black people only make up 13% of the United States.
And we are in Atlanta, DC, and New York.
And most of the South. And that's it.
Exactly. There's a reason that I'm like, yeah, I could buy a house in Savannah. I could move back to the East Coast. Savannah, though, I can't do the winters of New York anymore. That, I'm sorry, it's too cold. I can't do it. California with all its problems, I'm like, okay, it's what, January 27th, the sun is shining, it's 57 degrees. Okay, we're gonna figure this out.
Let's take our foot off of Jennie's neck and move on to the next topic. So I know you didn't see Love and Hip Hop Family Reunion, but there was an interesting plot point that happened in the last episode that a lot of people are talking about. So they had a gay pride day, and it was hosted by Jonathan. He brought, like, I think someone from GLAAD or something to talk to everybody. I mean, you know, most of that cast are clowns. Here's what happened. So everyone was like, you know, this is great. This is good. I think Peter Guns was saying something like, oh yeah, I appreciate this. And then Amina was like, oh wait, hold up. Because I remember with your son, there was this whole thing on Halloween, how he wanted to be a ladybug, but you denied him. And that little boy was so sad and he didn't even know why. Peter Guns went ballistic. And he went more ballistic because he was worried about his image. And then you had everybody against Amina, even Yo-Yo. I was like, oh my God, for calling this man out. Like, they said, oh, that's his child. You shouldn't even be worried about that. This man is raising her children too. That's her business too.
Exactly. Yep. So, she in it.
And you know, Tara was like, like she didn't say nothing. Like, you know, she's always like that. Like, I don't know why, but yeah, like, so you had the curly head man. He had the curly hair. He was with Erica Mena. Rich Dollars.
Oh, diabetic.
Rich Dollar was like, that's not your place. That's not your. I'm like, what? This is the bigger issue though. Like,
well, I will say this. I think Black women can identify. It's very rare that someone comes to defend us. And when someone does, the rest of the community jumps on them.
Yeah, it was sad to see. I felt bad for Amina. Like, I even went to her social media page. I was like,
I feel bad for the kid that wanted to be a ladybug.
Right. So then
that was me.
Look, it was very triggering because we've all had moments like that where your parents were just like, no, that this is for.
And nobody ever came to our defense. And no one comes to our defense to this day. That's why we're warriors and we have to defend ourselves.
So then it reached out to Bobby Lights and Zell got into it too because Zell was defending Peter Guns. He was like, that's a real father. And then Bobby Lights was actually like defending me. He was like, what are you talking about? Like, you gotta have a man in the household to raise a real man? No, you don't. Zell has been so fucking ignorant on this show and his self-hating ass.
Well, here's the thing. I'll tell you, here's what happened with Zell. He's ugly. And he's ugly on the inside, and he's ugly on the outside. No men want him. And now he's trying to go back to women, but no women gonna want him either. So he's just mad. He's just a frustrated bottom, like Chris Brown, like Kanye West, like Lil Bow Wow, just a frustrated bottom.
And he keeps trying to like mark his masculinity, like put his masculinity over Jonathan and Bobby Lights. Like, nigga, you a gay ass man too. You have to be headless in order to like not know that Zell is gay.
Oh, I'm sorry. Even if he was headless, we'd still see that twitch in that walk.
Who are you? You know, it just really rubbed me the wrong way, the whole situation, how everybody was against Amina, Zell's ignorance or whatever.
Zell's definition of masculinity is very childish because once you get to our big age, you see what really is masculine is, can you sign checks and will they clear? Oh, wait, I can and I do. Okay, good. I'm good.
This man looks like an alligator and he has no right to be like, I don't know. Ugh. I'm trying to like censor my words.
We have to, because we don't want to owe anybody $3.8 million.
Right.
Oh God, just thinking about the taxes. The taxes on that money would be my retirement. My retirement.
But yeah, I can't wait till you see that whole May Lee or whatever, like over a gay pride function. It was so sad because I'm just like, all this came out of that.
I think we need to end it with American Sign Language star Janet Jackson. She denies that she had a secret baby with singer from El DeBarge. The real secret is, Janet, what do you actually sound like? Like, how can we turn the microphone up loud enough to actually hear you? Because I feel like you might have been pulling, a J-Lo with Ashanti. Like, are those your vocals? Because when you came live, honey, I'm telling you, when I say mumbled, I mean, it wasn't even ASMR, so I don't know anybody in the world that knows what you sound like. I'm no longer interested in the secret baby. I'm interested in, are you a mute who's actually been a singer all these years? Because that's incredible.
Are you done?
You know I'm never done. I'll be here next week.
I know. No, Alex is going to be 65 with his cane like, dang nabbit.
I not need a cane at 65. 85. Don't put that on my hips. Don't you put that on my hips. I could be 85 with a cane, but dang, 65, that ain't right.
All right.
That ain't right.
All right. He going to be in a rocking show like, yeah, I remember. I was in Harlem, and that Janet Jackson had us out there in the hot-ass sun wanting us to dance. He will not let it go.
And she will not raise her volume. So you know what? We're both consistent.
That's going to be in your eulogy. I know it is. In your will. Whoever's at
I leave Janet Jackson my voice. Since she never had one.
I'm looking forward to watching the documentary this Sunday. I know we'll have a lot to discuss on the next Pop Roast about Janet. Also, you mentioned J-Lo a little bit earlier. You're going to like RuPaul's Drag Race coming up this Friday because you know what the runway is? Night of 1,000 J-Los.
Oh, God. You see, no, I'm sorry. I feel like we did that with Madonna already and everybody came out in that damn kimono. It was boring. And these queens are boring. This has been the most uninspired season of Drag Race I have ever seen in my life. Other than Angina, they can all go the fuck home right now. No one is interested in you. You have no creativity, no uniqueness, no nerve, or no talent. Angina, however, you're beautiful, even though your eyes are 18 hectometers apart. It works for Brandy and it works for you too.
Angeria.
Angina.
Well, I like Cornbread too. I think she's talented. She just needs to work on her wigs. That's all she needs to do and she'll be fine.
You know what? Cornbread is an all-star to me. I want to see her on All Stars when she hits Angeria's notes. When Angeria comes on stage, the woman does not play. Everything is completely and utterly flawless. She does it every time like her life depends on it. I'm sorry, if you don't do that for me, I'm simply not interested.
Well, some people came ready to compete.
Some people came ready to win because the truth is you can't compete with Angeria. I would never try.
Well, on a final note, just a little quickie. The Real Housewives of Miami looks for the reunion came out today. And I gotta say, this is light years better than Beverly Hills and Salt Lake City. I just want to get your quick thoughts on it.
You know what's interesting? What I've noticed about the Beverly Hills reunions is the girls never try that hard. Like they give you interview wear, like they come at it with a different aspect. I feel like Atlanta, they are giving you ball. Like, I mean, we've seen Nene shut it down. We've seen Portia shut it down. We've seen Kenya Moore give you true natural beauty. The girls give more in Atlanta. In Beverly Hills, it's okay, it's California. So we're gonna keep it a little bit cool. We're gonna keep it a little bit chill. They're hitting their mark in a different way. Like I would say Atlanta, they hit their mark because they're like, no, it's big gowns, beautiful drama. LA, Beverly Hills, it's a different feel. They all have like a similar tone where it's like, we're gonna get dressed up, but not that much, not that much. It's not an award show. This isn't the Oscars. And I feel like because they treat it as such, it's like, okay, what they're doing well.
Well,
let's look at these Miami heifers.
Most of them understood the assignment. And look at those shoes. The shoes were right.
I'm in my 40th year, so I completely have lost my ability to work all technology.
We know.
Nobody told me that would happen, but yep, it happened. I'm like, what is this? You see, my issue with the Miami girls, okay, the dresses are,
They're
well, they're
not bad.
dresses, they're great gowns, beautiful gowns.
Yep.
However, the faces, I can't tell the difference in your faces. Everybody's face looks the same. You've all gone to the same surgeon and had the same tweaks, where it's just a different dress on the same mannequin.
Well, look at Gertie. Look at that dress, and look at that shoe, and look how like pointed that
Oh,
foot is.
perfect example. I can't tell the difference between the Black woman and the white women because everyone looks the same. That's how similar they look. I had to actually really zoom in to know that was a Black woman. That is how the same they look.
I disagree. I think she looks like her own person. This dress is like gorgeous. Look at that bodice.
The bodice is good. I would have removed the wrap that she has. Also, I would never wear an anklet, but that's just me. The
I
wig is
know
good.
her foot hurts.
The
Like
wig is
my feet hurt just looking at this.
the wig is very Marlo Hampton.
It is. It is.
But tell me how you can tell the difference betwixt the white women or the Latino women, because I have no idea.
So Alexia, I believe Lisa and Marisol, they're all Cuban. I was told that Adriana is Brazilian. The new girl, Nicole in the yellow, she's Cuban as well.
She looks like Rob Dixon.
This is something Rob would wear. I can see that. And oh, Marisol at the bottom, this is something that Sutton would wear.
Yes, very ill-fitting.
And I love how this choker thing that she has, it kind of doesn't make her head look as big, you know?
Well, that's why it's so large, because it balances out all the negative space with her lack of neck.
Exactly. Like she's a pinhead almost. It's like putting an olive on a thread needle. So she had to cover that neck.
Hopefully Giselle will learn how to cover her neck too.
Now, Larsa, I don't like how she's standing. Like it almost looks a little diaperish. You see what I'm seeing?
Okay, I'm trying to figure out which one is Larsa, because they
Larsa
all look the same.
She's at the
Wait, hold
top.
on, let me look for Scottie Pippen's money. Oh, there it is. Okay. That's the only way you can actually tell the difference between her and another Insta thought is Scottie Pippen's money. Oh, geez, this is what you spent Scottie's money on? God damn, I would have done better than that. Why do your thighs look bruised? Oh, God.
Well,
you look like shit on a shoe. This is horrible. And you spent $40,000 to look this bad. Oh, it's sad. It's just, this is a tragedy. You can't ask me to look at this early in the morning. That's gonna make me sick. I can't even have lunch after the show after I done seen that.
Well, Lisa in the lavender, I think the body is right, the hair is right. She didn't miss with this one, in my opinion.
It looks like a sexy bed sheet to me with a Kim Zolciak wig, but hey, if you like it, I love it.
That is a Kim Zolciak wig. Now, see, you are just... Now, let's move on to Alexia. I love this dress, and look at the little peekaboo cutout underneath the bodice. I love that too. That's very sexy.
I mean, I would say this dress deserves to be worn on a beautiful woman with poise and talent, and she did not need to touch it because she is nothing of the sort. She does not know how to stand in this dress. She does not know how to present this dress. She is simply not enough for this dress. The dress is wearing her. She is clearly less than the garment she's wearing, because this garment is for a fabulous woman, and she is nothing of the sort. She is nothing.
I tried, y'all. So moving on to Adriana. I think she didn't get the
Honey, I don't want to talk about tacky lesbians.
She's not a lesbian. She's the lesbians on the other side. She looks good.
Again, I can't keep track of these heifers because they all look alike, and none of them are interesting enough for me to differentiate them. They don't bring anything to the table to make me actually need to know who they are. They have no value. No value. No, I'm sorry. Oh, wait, the one that looks like Caitlyn Jenner? Caitlyn Jenner in the blue, is that who we're talking about?
Adriana is the Brazilian one. She's an OG.
You see, I don't know her. Are we talking about Caitlyn Jenner in the blue?
She's the one that punched that other blonde chick on the season 3 of Miami.
All I know is this looks like Caitlyn Jenner in the blue. That's all I know. Are we talking about Caitlyn Jenner in the blue? Or the boring lesbian? Because the tacky lesbian, they don't really dress, so I'm gonna let them do what they do. But Kris Jenner in the blue, is that what we're gonna talk about?
Apparently not, but she tried. I love her shoes, but this dress, I think, it just doesn't go with everybody else's, like, the looks.
Neither does Caitlyn Jenner's.
Right. Well, y'all, I tried. I think it's better than Salt Lake City collectively, but that's just me.
It's just a different side of the same dysfunctional coin. It's like comparing constipation with diarrhea. Both of them are shit.
Well, you know what? I think that is all we have for today. I will see you sooner than you see us playing in court.
And I'll see you sooner than Cardi B sees $3.8 million.
Which is actually $6 million, I guess.
After taxes, yes, because for every million you make, you have to pay $459,000 in taxes. Well, $459,600 and about 58 cents. But who's counting? Other than the IRS, because they're going to count. They're going to be like, no, I'm sorry, you 2 cents short.
We will see y'all next week. Bye, y'all.